Hi, welcome to Planet Hex. I'm Andrew Hawnt. It's time to go hunting tapes again because that's one of the things I really enjoy doing, as any viewers of this channel or readers of my book VHS Ate My Brain will be aware. Yes, there is a revised version of that coming out soon, I do promise. So on this episode I thought I would go and check out the current prices of movies starring Cynthia Rothrock, the action movie martial arts legend that is Cynthia Rothrock. If you're not familiar with Cynthia, she came up in the 80s in a bunch of Hong Kong action movies and then moved over to the States later on and did things like China O'Brien, China O'Brien 2, Tiger Claws 2, Tiger Claws 3, Martial Law, Rage and Honor 2, Honor and Glory, Guardian Angel, what else? Sworn to Justice. God, there's been loads of them. There's been absolutely loads of them. And not all of them are amazing. And her acting certainly improves in the later films, but that's not really what you check out a Cynthia Rothrock movie for. I would say it's like the late 80s, early 90s equivalent of checking out 70s kung fu films. They are fun. They are largely setups for Cynthia to show off her fighting skills, her martial arts skills, and she does that with great style in most of these movies. And I just always really enjoyed them. So I started off with China O'Brien and China O'Brien 2 on big box X-Rental VHS, and just went from there. Every time she put something else out, I would snap that up. Even the stuff that wasn't very good, like Triple Cross, which I don't even really remember the plot of, or 24 Hours to Midnight, where Cynthia's only actually in like the first minute and the last bit, and then the rest of the movie the character's played by someone else in a ninja costume. You know, it's they can be quite patchy, but there's a lot of entertainment value to be had. And I do like it that they do create their own sort of universe unto themselves, their own internal logic, so they do make sense. They are compelling to watch, and I just think they're fun. I've always liked Cynthia Rothrock. I just think she's a really entertaining person to watch. And if you sit down to knowingly watch a Cynthia Rothrock movie, you'll know what you're in for. There's going to be some cheesy dialogue, there's going to be some really quite spectacular fight scenes, and the bad guys are going to get their asses kicked. And that's what I want out of a martial arts movie. So let's see what we've got here. I've set this to Cynthia Rothrock VHS. I'm just going to set that to lowest price in P&P, and let's see what we can find. So you will see when you look for things like this for Cynthia Rothrock, you will see a lot of things that have her in the Hong Kong days, often dubbed with a crazy Hong Kong action movie vibe. But there will be a lot of the US movies. Okay, there's China O'Brien on sell-through VHS, £3 plus $3.35 postage. That's pretty good. That was a solid film. That was my first exposure to China O'Brien, to Cynthia Rothrock. And I just loved it because it sort of had the feel of like an elongated A-Team episode with plucky martial arts star and her motley bunch of mates taking on local crime bosses. China O'Brien 2 is not as great as the first one, but I still really enjoy both of them. Got Guardian Angel there, which is one of the straight to video ones. That is a sell-through VHS, but that's still very cool. Yeah, that's the MIA one. It's like a budget sell-through one. PM Entertainment were a company that made a lot of the straight-to-video stuff that I snapped up at the time. And there's Cynthia. She's just awesome. A bodyguard with her own kind of justice. You have to read that in that voice. That's the done thing. Okay, what else have we got here? Top Squad. I think that was one of the Hong Kong movies she did, but it has a later photo of her on it. Angel of Fury, I think that's one that had Julian Sands in it as the bad guy. That's one of the China O'Brien copies I have in Forefront Video, the budget one. Okay, there's another Guardian Angel. Lots of Guardian Angels. Beyond the Law, £10 for the budget release of Beyond the Law. That was originally $5.99 when it came out. That one. It's like it's the cheap version of stuff. Good fun though. I like that film. So Angel of Fury. Yeah, there's Julian Sands. Sorry, not Julian Sands, Billy Drago, the other creepy dude that looks like an elf. So Rappy Films, David Worth Films, Cynthia Rothrock, Billy Drago, Sam Jones, Greg Stewart, George Rudy, and lots of other people you've never heard of. That is from the era of, it's like the height of the video rental era where lots of sequels were coming out straight to video, lots of action movies came out straight to video, Lots of kind of cookie-cutter horror movies came out straight to video, and do you know what? We loved them. As long as they had a cool cover and the stuff on the back of the video, there you go, actually showed up in the movie, I think I got my money's worth out of those. Oh, it's a Medusa release. Medusa Pictures. Big fan of Medusa Pictures tapes. That was like Full Moon and things like that. That was one of the signs that I would enjoy a movie if it was released by Medusa. Yeah, good fun, that one. 3 tape lot, Cynthia Rothrock, etc. Okay, so that's Outside the Law and a couple of unrelated things. Beyond the Law, Beyond the Law. Ooh. What's that? I don't remember the 3 video set there. We've got an 80s video business trade preset advert with Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock. Let's open that in another tab. We've got Martial Law, Chad McQueen and Cynthia Rothrock. It's more Chad McQueen than Cynthia, but that is a really good film. Martial Law is great. If you're a fan of like late 80s, early 90s martial arts movies, where suddenly everyone has extreme martial arts skills, then that's a great tape for you. Outside the Law is a much more recent one. I say recent, it's still like 20 years ago now. Let's have a look at that one while I've got it open. The Queen of Martial Arts, Cynthia Rothrock. When it comes to justice, she knows all the moves. Oh, it's fun doing that voice. Yeah, that's one of the later ones from like the early 2000s. I don't actually think I've seen that one, so I may have to actually check that out, but only if I can find one that's not a tenner, because I don't really want to lay down 10 quid on something that might be tossed, you know. Let's see what this... There she is in the corner there with Michelle Yeoh. There's Cynthia Rothrock and Michelle Yeoh. That's a cool trade, that. What is that? It's just like a poster? Police Assassin 2. Oh, it's like a cover poster? I don't know. I'm not sure. But it's cool to see anyway. So let's have a look at this 3-box set. Martial Arts Action, Cynthia Rothrock. What's on these tapes? We've got Guardian Angel, the Encyclopedia of Martial Arts and Martial Combat, and Beyond the Law. So it's 2 of her movies and like an instructional video. That's pretty good. That's quite exciting. Let's have a look. Encyclopedia of Martial Arts, Martial Combat. Yeah, looks like that's like an instructional video. That's quite cool. Not something I really want, but that is cool nonetheless. Let's see what else we've got from Cynthia here. Again, these prices are higher than I expected, because I thought a lot of these, like particularly the budget ones, would be kind of like a quid or so. Fight to Win. Is that a movie or is that an instructional one? I know she did some instructional videos. Lady Dragon. Excuse me. Lady Dragon was a favourite of mine. Mine had a purple cover on it though. It did have a really unfortunate cover image though. Let's see if I just blow that up there. The head is Cynthia Rothrock. The body isn't. That's a very clumsily cut and pasted image, and that always really annoyed me. That they would try and give these sexy covers where Cynthia Rothrock was always just more hardcore action. And very cool. But Lady Dragon, it's sort of like a Cert 18 version of Karate Kid. You know, Cynthia gets beaten up by a bunch of bad guys and then spends some time with like a Mr. Miyagi type character, rebuilding herself and becoming stronger and stronger and more talented and more powerful with her martial arts skills. And I really like it. Apparently there was a sequel. I never saw the sequel. What else have we got in Cynthia? Oh yes, I was going to have a look at the Fight to Win. What was that one? The star of China O'Brien is back. This time she's fighting to win. Was that a movie? America's leading lady of martial arts stars in another no-holds-barred adventure. Yes. I don't think I've seen that one either. So it says it's 1988, Sunny Films Corporation. So that predates China O'Brien's brief a bit. Is that Bolo Young there? Not sure. May have to investigate that one. But there were weeks where I would watch like a dozen of her films back to back. City Cops, Cynthia Rothrock. That's one of the Hong Kong ones that she was in. That's an interesting Rage and Honor. Rage and Honor was in Rage and Honor 2. She did with what's his name, Richard Norton, that was in China O'Brien with her in the two China O'Brien movies. There's Fast Getaway that she did with Corey Haim. That's a nice looking one. I think that's Irish. Yeah, I think these are Irish tapes. Oh, Australia. Sorry, my mistake. It says, just say it there. And that's all of the tapes for Cynthia Rothrock. Really? Oh, there's the UK Rage and Honour. I'm surprised that these are quite expensive. Okay, let's have a look at these movies I've got open, then we shall see if there's any like merchandise. There probably won't be. So this is an Australian VHS of Rage and Honour, and that makes it look kind of like, I don't know, it makes it like a romantic drama. That's weird, because that is Rage and Honour. The two Rage and Honour movies, I would say, are like they're like the height of a straight-to-video era, and I do recommend those. Those are really solid action movies, despite the low budget and the dodgy cinematography and the dodgy acting, script, direction, and lighting, and everything else. But I do recommend those, especially back-to-back. They would make for a really good double bill. Rage and Honour and Rage and Honour 2. Great films. Fast Getaway was a bit of a different one. Corey Haim, Leo Rossi, Cynthia Rothrock. Tracked down, set up, and shot at. It's a rough ride on a bad day. That's Fast Getaway 2. Yeah, so there were two of those. And that was a different sort of pace for Cynthia. Bit of a crazy comedy, buddy movie type thing going on. But still worth seeing if you're a Cynthia fan. Definitely worth seeing those. Right, I think that seems to be it for Cynthia VHS. So let's just see what comes up when I put in Cynthia Rothrock, just to finish this one up for you guys. So you can get them on DVD dirt cheap. So Honour and Glory, £2.9. I got my copy of that from Poundland for £1. Yeah, Outside the Law, cheap on DVD. Music Magpie, free postage. I will partake of that. Undefeatable is one of my favourites. Undefeatable is a really satisfying one. I have that on VHS somewhere, and I also have it on DVD. This is the DVD one, unfortunately, so there's no VHS version that I could find on here at the moment. But Undefeatable is a very satisfying Cynthia Rothrock martial arts movie, because you really, really hate the bad guy. There's the bad guy down at the bottom. He is a douche, I think the term is. But he's got the greatest comedy mullet, pretty much, if anyone ever, and his constant bad guy stare is quite frightening. But yeah, Undefeatable is quite satisfying, because when he does get his behind handed to him by Cynthia, it's a really good payoff. I do recommend that one greatly. Breaking on to 2, Hostile Takeover. Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had with Cynthia Rothrock movies, and I've always taken them for exactly what they are. Pretty low budget. Ooh, Jet Li and Cynthia Rothrock, Modern Warriors. Check that one out too. They're pretty low budget, straightforward action movies. Good guys, bad guys. There's a setup. The bad guys do something terrible. The good guys get beaten down a bit, and then they come back for the big finale, where Cynthia will probably have a 1-to-1 showdown with the big boss, and beat them. But they are fun, and they've always been fun. I can't knock Cynthia Rothrock. She has done some what would be seen as stinkers of films, terrible films in many eyes, but to me they are entertaining. It's the sort of thing like, you go and get a McChicken sandwich meal, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get the sandwich, the fries, and the drink. With Cynthia Rothrock movies, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get some action, some cheesy comedy, and 90 minutes of entertainment. And I'm absolutely all for that. So yeah, I think I'm going to go and watch Undefeatable. What else? What else would I watch? Well, I'm going to go and order Outside the Law, and I may watch Undefeatable again, or possibly Tiger Claws. Spoiled for choice now. But anyway, if you're watching, Cynthia, hi! Thank you so much for these fun films. In fact, when I was a kid, I once tried to write a Cynthia Rothrock movie. In my phase where I was writing all kinds of ridiculous films at like the age of 14, trying to tell myself that one day I would write movies. Oh, I have written a bunch of movies. Oh, it paid off. Hey! I tried writing a Cynthia Rothrock movie where she would get turned into sort of a cross between the Bionic Woman and the Terminator. And yeah, I must try and dig that out and send it to her and make my fortune. That's not going to happen, but what I do have is a lot of films to enjoy. So I'm going to go and look through my Cynthia Rothrock library and find something cool. And whatever you're doing this evening, I hope you have a marvellous time doing it. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Planet Hex. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, and also check out my other channel, That Retro Life, which is all about the retro life we lead. A lot of us lead anyway, says the guy hunting for VHS tapes on eBay. And my podcast, Andrew Hawnt's Rock Revival, where I cover albums both classic and obscure. I was hoping I'd get through the ending without making a mistake, but evidently I haven't. Anyway, I hope you have a good night. Enjoy watching your movies. Now I'm going to go and watch Cynthia kick some bum.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and validate my existence.